We want to suck your blood. Sorry, horrible vampire impression, I know. But it fits the theme of today's game pretty well, considering it's all about being a vampire. Although, I suppose we are vegan vampires, so should it be, we want to eat your cabbages? Who knows? But this little roguelite meets farming sim gave me a couple good giggles and a few hours of varying types of gameplay, so that was a fun experience. Hi, my name's Lil, and this is my review of Voltaire, the Vegan Vampire. For those who haven't seen this one before, it's a roguelite meets farming sim with varying levels of difficulties. From those who are straight masochists and want one life and one chance, to those who are up for a decent challenge of managing crops and your own hunger during the day, while defeating monsters intent on eating them and blowing up your place of residence by night. Your uncles, they're a two-headed Frankenstein, will help you by sending you quests and rewarding you with gifts as you complete them, and they'll aid you in learning how to defend yourself too. Ultimately, it's your daddy Dracula who's sending his minions to ruin your life as he disagrees with your vegan life choices. But don't worry, you can stick it to him and grow your garden too. The game does offer an even easier challenge that focuses more on the farming aspects, offers more plots, and easier hunger costs to make for a much more casual experience. I played both the story mode, which was absolutely kicking my tail by week 2, and the more casual mode, which had me not losing a single plant even by week 3. This one offers a cool mechanic where after you reach the end of a week in story mode, or after you fulfill your duty of paying rent within a week in a casual mode, you can move on to a new world plot with a different aesthetic, different plants, and different creatures that come for you at night. I found myself swapping every time I got a chance to in casual mode, but found that there wasn't much of an advantage to any of the plots, only different plants and spacing. I can say that the more castle-like plot has all of your farming spaces in the middle and is definitely the easiest to defend. But in the more casual mode, I didn't find any of the defense or combat to be a challenge. Though if you're worried about that, don't be. It also offers enough exploration and collecting within the small world you exist in that it gives purpose to the world. Run through trees and rocks to collect wood and stone, or harvest berries and plant seeds to put in your own garden from the woods around you. Heck, you can even give offerings to Cthulhu in exchange for some great defensive plants that will aid you in the evenings. So consider spending some of your hunger on that. Lastly, I'll bring up the actual roguelite aspects, and those are the upgrade systems. From upgrading your own personal stats and abilities, to spending those points on crafting systems and cosmetics. It had a great balance of ooh shinies to keep me working towards each upgrade. Especially the building ones that allowed for additional defenses or resource generators. We can definitely see how those will be absolutely vital late game. I'll find one thing to nitpick, and it has to be that the casual farming mode felt way easier than the story mode. The story mode, in contrast, felt a bit too hard for any real casual fans to enjoy. The hunger costs early on made it hard to manage, and I found myself unable to do much planting in general. If I had one bit of advice for the story mode, it would be to not spend too much hunger in the early days and just get a few seeds planted and then focus on stockpiling resources. I also want to say, make sure you grow plants that will allow you to get your hunger way down early on, and then switch to adding some defensive plants later on in your weeks. By week 2 in story mode, I was having such a battle getting my hunger down enough to be able to plant seeds and maintain my garden each day. The amount of enemies that comes increases with every night, and in the second world, they get a decent bit harder to defeat. So it was nigh impossible for me to keep my garden alive, considering I didn't have the hunger to put up defenses either. I will say that the daily tasks do get very repetitive, but I can't complain about that because any fans of roguelites know that this is the nature of the game. But it is worth noting since this title caters to the cozy crowd too. These are all pretty small complaints in the grand scheme of the game, and was definitely due to my newness in the game, but hopefully my tips will help you have a better first game experience. Overall, I actually think this is a great blend of comedic farming sim with some playful and fun writing, and a more casual roguelite experience. Fans of a challenge will find it in this game, and fans of a casual experience have that too. The ability for a game to cater well to both is impressive, so if I had to say absolutely nothing else, it would be to compliment them on that. Thankfully, I can say something else though, and that's that Voltaire the Vegan Vampire is earning its pillow fort stamp of approval. While those who aren't interested in the more roguelite, lose your progress every now and again and work back up to its style, might not find this one as enjoyable, those who do enjoy that and are looking for a more casual and cozy blend, you'll find it here. We want to thank Freedom Games for allowing us to cover this one, and make sure you leave the video a like if you enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe before you go, as it's the best free way to support us and constantly learn about new games in the process. Thanks as always for watching, and until next time.